Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. I love real Star Wars. First generation Star Wars fan, EU guy, franchise closest to my heart. I will defend Star Wars till my dying breath. Because real Star Wars must be passed on to the next generation so they understand that there's George Lucas Star Wars, and then there's Disney Star Wars, which is trash fan fiction made by people who, to their core, hate what makes real Star Wars great. Now, there's a lot of news this week about what's going on over at Disney Star Wars. I've talked about it several times, both on video and on stream, and we'll talk about it again this weekend more on the roundtable about the fact that Cabo Dave Filoni got promoted to Chief Creative Officer of Lucasfilm. And that's the thing. He got promoted, but it doesn't change anything because he was always there. He's always going to be there. The only difference is now guys like Pablo Hidalgo and every other pissant, uncreative piece of crap at Disney Lucasfilm will now run their creative ideas, or let's just say uncreative ideas, through this soy boy. This man who everybody wants to say, oh, he's George's protege. He's a disciple. No, he isn't. He's not. This man has done nothing but destroy George's galaxy far, far away, even far back as Clone Wars. When George wasn't looking, when George was maybe off doing other stuff, or George really just maybe wasn't paying attention closely enough, he broke rules. He created stuff that ruined character arcs. And then when George was gone, he gleefully continues to break lore, the rules of the Force, character arcs, everything under the sun, just because he wants George's story pushed aside and his version to become the definitive go-to what you know about Star Wars. But that's Dave Filoni. That was the news of the week, but we're here to talk about going forward. We are at the end of 2023. We are a month and a half, we'll just say 5 weeks away, less than that, 5 weeks away from 2024. There's no more new Disney Star Wars coming out. It's all garbage going forward, though. Every little bit. None of Disney Star Wars is redeeming then, now, or in the future. It's all crap. I'm sorry. It is. If you don't agree with me, that's your problem. I'm speaking truth, facts, and logic right here. Direct gives us a list. Let's go through this list and remind everybody just how bad all of this is. Skeleton Crew starring Jude Law as a Jedi shepherding a group of children who become lost in an uncharted region of the galaxy. It was supposed to premiere next month. It's been pushed back to early 2024. That's fine. I'll be there for it. See, this is all down my road, my forte, my wheelhouse. I'm covering all this garbage because I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to real Star Wars versus dog shit. The series set post-Return of the Jedi time period, affectionately known as the Mandoverse, among not fans, stans. Disney stans, fake fans, tourists. These are not real fans. These are people who have infantile personalities. We'll get into that later. In fact, some of the pirates who menaced Navarro and the Mandalorian are rumored to appear in Skeleton Crew as well, firmly tying it to that era. Aren't you excited to watch Jude Law and a bunch of kids fight pirates? I'm thrilled. That just screams Star Wars Avenger to me. I can't wait. Coming up next, The Acolyte. The Acolyte from writer-director Leslie Headland, former assistant to Harvey Weinstein, feeder of the beast. Yeah, that Leslie Headland. We will never, ever let you forget those facts. Leslie Headland, who just wants to be a part of all the Star Wars.
Tell me, what kind of Star Wars fan are you?
I am the type of Star Wars fan that doesn't even have a favorite movie. I just want to live in the universe of Star Wars continually, in perpetuity, forever. So when people are like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I'm like, there is no Star Wars movie. There is only Star Wars.
That's right, that Leslie Headland. So The Acolyte, a High Republic era show about the Sith and their rise to power. The High Republic. Remember the High Republic? The High Republic that has failed utterly, that loses more and more money every single year since its release a couple years ago. If you didn't know, it's into phase 3. Yeah, bunch of books and comics that less than 10,000 people read a year. That High Republic. Yeah, so that's exciting. Let's drop it into our made-up era that nobody cares about. Directed, written by a woman that's a monster, starring a bunch of people who, if you remember from the last Star Wars Celebration, know absolutely nothing about Star Wars. Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, the best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on, truly. You know what I mean? You can look at any angle and see yourself relayed through all the characters, Darth to Luke. You know what I'm saying?
But they got all their pronouns in the right places, so they're great. Bad Batch Season 3. Bad Batch, a show nobody watches. Nobody cares about. Clone Boba Girl Fett and the rejects from the Clone Wars are just fighting their way to freedom. Fan favorite, my ass. This is just, nobody cares. Again, who cares about the Bad Batch? 5 people on X Twitter, that's who. What else? Andor, Season 2. Andor isn't Star Wars. I've said this a million times. You can hate me if I say it, but I'm going to say it again. Andor, if you take out every single Star Wars element, it still works as just a mediocre, less than average science fiction show. That's all it is. It's not Star Wars. It's boring. It's there to try and legitimize Disney Star Wars things that have already happened. Another boring prequel stuff about Juan Solo, Mama Drama, Mon Mothma, and Stellan Skarsgård. Who again? Why are you in this show? You were too good for this. And I watched it. It was boring trash. Oh, but it's so serious. It was gritty. It proves you don't need lightsabers in 4th and 5th and Jedi. Yeah, there's plenty of EU material that has all of that and is still beloved. But it isn't Star Wars because it's boring. Melodrama shit. So Andor Season 2. Let's just tell a story about people that all die again. Great. Tales of the Jedi. Oh, great. Let's just make up more lore for characters that are all dead or should be dead. Let's just do more of that. That's exciting, isn't it? I'm ready for it. Okay, this is the one I won't cover. I won't cover Tales of the Jedi because that's just pointless. But I am going to cover the rest of this. Well, I won't cover Bad Batch either. I am going to cover the rest of that. The rest of this boring nonsense. But then there's more to come. We got the movies. We've got Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie, which you know is going to be pushed real hard, real fast. At the same time, you also know along with that, you're going to get Mando Season 4. You're going to get Ahsoka Season 2 because that's Dave's babies. He's going to push them quick, hard, get them right into production as soon as possible. And you know what he's going to do? He's gonna bend the knee to all the weirdos on X Twitter who want relationships between certain characters that weren't even apparent in the show. But that's what Dave's going to do. He's going to bend that knee real quick. You know why? It kind of does make sense because they're the only people watching this dog shit. The weirdos on X Twitter who cry, who vomit, who say, I didn't know I needed it in my life. Oh, I'm dying inside. I miss it so much. Where is it now? The same ones that are still also wetting themselves over a children's show. They are obsessed with a children's show, a show meant for 5-year-olds. These are weirdos. Then James Mangold, who helped give us Indiana Jones and the Dial-Up of Destiny, you know, that billion-dollar failure. That he's on board next for his Origin of the Jedi story where they're going to mangle and butcher the lore some more, and then we get the Rey movie. Remember the Rey movie? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Daisy Ridley recently says, I know something about it, but I don't really know anything about it. This is glorious. Gloriously bad. It's going to be gloriously bad. I can't wait for each and every one of these movies to release. Because when they do, it will be the definitive proof you need, I know about, that will explain how Disney Star Wars is a complete failure. We need these movies. Yes, we do. When each one of them, with their likely $250 to $300 million budgets, bomb at the box office. All the proof we're going to need that there is no real fan base for Disney Star Wars because the real fans, you, me, we're gone. We just come back to mock it. We go live in the good place. The normies, they've effed off. They don't care anymore. Just look at Disney Plus ratings. It's true. Look at the merch that sits on the shelves. Rots. All they got left are the fake fans, the stands, and the tourists. People who don't really care. And they don't move the needle. They don't have the purchasing power. So when they will go there, they'll do what they do with the Marvels right now, saying, I'm on my 5th watch of this movie. I'm so great. Look at that. A 5th watch of the movie that hasn't even gotten close to breaking even. Good job. So there's Disney Star Wars for the next year. Probably a couple years, because these movies are all a couple years away. But either way, this is what's coming. This is what you have in store for you. It's garbage. It's bullshit. It's terrible. Disney Star Wars is a complete and total failure. And I'll be here to cover it all. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan, fake fan, and SJW fifis. Hit the notification button for my videos if you like what I am preaching, and by all means, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from the true passionate fan who loves Star Wars. I care what you think. I do not care what the fake fans, stands, and SJWs have to say, because 201, they're all cowards behind keyboard. And bring on your whiny complaints, you triggered little bitches. You don't bother me. In fact, I relish in it. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, @TheRenNerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.